So why not tie it into what I'm currently reading? What am I currently reading? It's a book called Prevail. Well, actually, I have it. Prevail. The inspiring story of Ethiopia's victory over Mussolini's invasion 1935 to 1941. So that's what I've currently got. It talks a lot about how Haile Selassie's boys initially started getting their asses kicked by the Italian imperialists who wanted to take over their country because why not build a second Roman Empire? Like the first one went so fucking well, didn't it? So, it talks a lot about the unbreakable courage and spirit of the Ethiopian, also known as Abyssinian, people in the Second World War. Like, this was the first confrontation with fascism. What game is this? This is Civilization 6. But Ethiopia was the first confrontation with fascism, the first military confrontation with fascism. And these people were like literal fucking heroes. Like, they were going up against poison gas. Yes, Mussolini used poison gas because he considered the Ethiopians to be subhuman and thus subject to the violation of all articles of war and common fucking decency. So, the first military confrontation with fascism a couple years before Spain. And you had also a lot of black Americans who actually went over there to try to help out, but the government wouldn't let them. So the international solidarity and the military aspect sort of had to wait for the fascist attack and civil war in Spain. And you had a lot of black people who were pissed off because they could not help other black people, but they were expected by the communist movement to go help out their white class siblings in Spain. So yeah, definitely recommend checking this out. It's by Jeff Pierce, and the foreword is by Richard Pankhurst. So again, it's not an ode to communism, but still a very good book if you're interested in history. So let's play Ethiopia. Let's see if we could fend off the evil Italians. And the player character in this game, well, the guy, the historical figure that you're playing as in this game is Menelik II. Very modernizing figure, but also very controversial figure. He actually met a black person from the diaspora, and he started talking about like Pan-Africanism, and Menelik was like, "Oh, I'm not a Negro at all. I am a Caucasian," because the Ethiopians, if I recall correctly, were considered part of the...
As it turns out, Mount
because they speak a Semitic language, most of them. The Amhara, they are... like, they were considered by European race scientists to be part of the white race. Europeans in Africa had this funny thing. Like, whenever they would come across a so-called advanced civilization, they would draft them into the white race. And, like, when they were running across all of these ruins and stuff, like Great Zimbabwe, etc., they considered them to be Persian ruins or Roman ruins, anybody but African.
If there are no dogs
they
in
did not believe that black people could not develop civilizations. Of course, we know that now to be untrue, but this shows how racism is ahistorical and stupid. Was there ever a movie made about which historical event? The struggle of the Ethiopian people against Italian fascism? I really do not think so. Maybe I should make one. Nah, I'm not a screenwriter. I don't have those types of connects. It'd be a dope thing to see, though. But knowing how Hollywood is, they'd probably fuck it up.
It is not wisdom, but...
I think there was a movie about the Battle of Adwa, but it's old. I've heard some pretty shitty things about Blue Sky. I've heard they're kicking Palestinians off for some reason. This shows how little choice we have under capitalism. Like,
I
yeah,
thought
Twitter
Clay
sucks and
must
it's owned
feel
by a fascist, but, like, all the other alternatives are also pretty shitty. There is no escape. A documentary on the walls of Benin would be awesome.
Who deserves more credit than every nation lives by?
The funny thing about Ethiopia and its struggle against fascism is that, like, a lot of communists were lukewarm about sending support to the anti-fascist fighters over there, because they thought that, like, oh, these people are run by a literal emperor. It's like, bruh, primary and secondary contradictions. Yes, they are run by a fucking emperor, but you also have, like, if you consider fascism dangerous, but the Soviet Union was also trading heavily with Mussolini's Italy at the time, so they didn't want to piss off one of their trading partners. So, like, yeah. How much fucking, like, opportunism can you engage in? Like, are you or are you not an anti-fascist? Are you or are you not a supporter of a people's struggle against fascist occupation and domination? Food for thought, eh? Should I build by a volcano? Probably not. Move you a little bit away from there. Don't want you guys going the way of Pompeii. Start developing this stuff. Yeah, Ethiopia did have a lot of support from the Tsar's Russia. There were white Russian exiles there who were helping to advise the emperor on, like, how to fight a modern military, and one of them ended up siding with the
I have filled the water
because
bag
why
from
not?
my people.
White Russians are notoriously, and when I say white Russians, I'm not talking about the skin color of Russians. I'm talking about the Tsarist exiles who ended up moving all around the world, and I mean, pretty decent soldiers, but not all that good because they lost to the Bolsheviks. But yeah, basically they did the same thing that the Boers did, moved around the world becoming mercenaries and whatnot. Maybe instead of Roland the Headless Thompson Gunner, we should have Boris the Headless Thompson Gunner.
I shot an arrow into the... It was luxuries like air conditioning.
Jacobite music does go hard, even though they were fighting for a stupid cause in the first place, but the music goes hard. People seem to forget that Kilimanjaro is a volcano. Wait, is Kilimanjaro a volcano? Well, it's a volcano in the game. And as we know, games are nothing more than manifestations of reality. Dormant volcano, yeah. Made for some very fertile soil, though. Like in this game, whenever a volcano has a catastrophic eruption, like I should go down here and establish a town. Because all that land down, all that black shit, like that's really, really good and fertile soil. I'm supposed to know this stuff. Oh, fuck off, you pervert. Fucking Portuguese. Russia, hello, would like to take your land. Portuguese is basically Spanish with the Russian accent.
It appears not to be.
I did finish Band of Brothers. It's actually not my first time watching it.
Thousands have lived without love.
Very good show. It's always fun watching white people kill each other. Ooh. Hopefully I don't get banned for that.
Bravery is being the...
So true, BRG. Insult my people some more. It is American propaganda. It's an American film. Well, series. What do you expect? Oh, the Brits actually saved us in World War II. Well, that would be alternative history, but whatever.
I like to say I practice
Maybe Ethiopia will have the opportunity to bring civilization to the European savages. Huh? I mean, they're literally right here.
Each of us is carving a stone.
Ooh, a dust storm. Lovely. Civilized Germany first. They obviously haven't learned any lesson. I'm pretty confident that those people are impossible to civilize. I mean, the Romans tried, and as reward, the Germans destroyed their fucking empire.
Vessels
so,
large may
I
venture
think I'm going to keep widely clear of the Germans for forever. Like, what exactly do I have to get from dealing with the fucking Krauts? If the Romans couldn't do it, I can't do it. Europeans and the Ethiopians and Mongolians brought civilization to the mainland Euros with help from the Celts. Oh. I guess that's a hell of an opinion. Diamonds. Diamonds are an Ethiopian's best friend. You know Marcus Garvey called us all Ethiopians? Yeah. Arise, ye Ethiopians, you can accomplish what ye wilt. That was actually like, Ethiopian was the Greek term for black people. Like, anybody that was, Baghdad is having an uprising, what else is new? But Ethiopian was like the stock term for anybody of sub-Saharan African descent. I think it means burnt skin or something like that in Greek. Desi, this is actually where Haile Selassie was based during the war against the Italians before he was driven into exile. The Italians bombed it and like slaughtered half the fucking city. There were also literal fucking race riots. Like the war in Ethiopia was played out on the streets of New York. Because you had Italian and black kids who were going to the same schools, and whenever news would come out of a new massacre or something, and that had taken place in Ethiopia, the black kids would just get together and beat the shit out of the Italian kids. We don't fight over politics like we used to. Ottoman Turks managed to appease them with donor. You know the first steam engine, if I recall correctly, that had a practical application? Some Turkish dude basically developed a he developed an engine that could work with steam to turn his doner kebabs. That was the first practical application of the steam engine in modern history. Let's send these Ethiopians to college. And finish my pyramids. I need the slave labor. I guess this is a model of the Jubilee Palace.
A physician without a knowledge of it.
Yeah, the Italians did get their asses kicked in Ethiopia. The only reason they were able to temporarily occupy the country was because they used gas and shit. I mean, it's really not winning a war. You just spam gas and airplane attacks against people who are still using spears and stuff. And then you also had the West, because it being the West did not want black people having access to modern military technology, so they basically had an arms embargo against Ethiopia. Yeah. So basically tied the Ethiopians' hands behind their backs and left them at the mercy of the fucking Italians. Never trust the West. Lesson learned.
From the height of these pyramids.
Yep, my pyramids. The pyramids shall forever remain black.
A man on a horse is spiritually... The poets have been missing.
Yeah. Gotta build the rock churches. The Kurds are learning to never trust the West. Well, actually, I don't think they ever... Like, I think they were trying to do what Mao and the Chinese did. Like, Mao, of course, took weapons from anybody that would give them to him, but he never trusted any of those people. I think the Kurds tried to do the same thing, but it not being 1934 anymore, bad things happened. That's why the saying is you have no friends but the mountains.
There is nothing but a plaque.
Η μη Θεοδώρα, η ουδεμή...
Oh. Give me that necklace. I've got a pretty booming economy. I can afford to have a large standing army. As you never know what your neighbors are going to do. We've already got wars cooking up here. The Georgians are at war with the
People who cannot find
Sumerians. You never know when they'll turn their eyes upon fair Ethiopia. Hence, you need many arrows to pluck said eyes out. Honestly, I don't think most Americans know where Azerbaijan and Armenia are.
money. If it...
Americans are like half, I guess you could say like half fucking callous. Like even if they didn't know about this shit, they wouldn't care. And half ignorant. Like they don't know where these people are. Like, what? What the fuck is that? Like, how many Americans knew where Iraq was before we invaded it? The only Georgia that they know is the state. And I don't even think most of them could point to that on a map.
The four building blocks of the history is the...
I think it was Mark Twain who said God invented war to teach your Americans geography. That is true. He's one of our state's finest. I'm proud to be from the same state which gave us Mark Twain. Samuel Clemens was his real name. From Hannibal, Missouri. I've actually been there.
Ah, see.
It's a very cool town. Look, a lot of like houses, big mansions that were most likely built through slave labor. But pretty town.
If it's natural to kill,
You know, I thought flat earthers were like a meme or something, but no. Like, there is a thankfully declining community of people who actually believe that the shape of the earth is something other than what we were taught in school. Like, it's good to be a skeptic, but skepticism in many cases
everything has its limit.
can, if you're not careful, develop into some type of weird mental illness. Like, how the fuck can you, like, what basis is there for you? Like, you could be so much of a skeptic that you become delusional. Like, yes, don't believe everything that you are told, but you can go up in a fucking airplane and see that the world is shaped as we know it's shaped. No. I think sometimes these people just enjoy being contrarians. I really don't know. I try not to spend all that much time thinking about the thoughts and machinations and desires of the insane. They still make for good entertainment, though, but it's half entertaining, half sad. Like fucking Columbus didn't even believe the world was flat. Nobody that was piloting a ship in the year 1492 believed that the world was flat. He was an idiot, and he was a sick fucker, and he was the OG colonizer, but he was not so stupid as to believe that the world was flat. Byzantium has just declared war on the Netherlands. Oh dear, they're going to throw wooden shoes at you. Byzantines are kicking all sorts of ass. Looks like they've conquered Hungary already. Smoking that goulash pack. Building a pretty nice Central African empire here. Keeping it out of the hands of the Europeans. Yes, that is a Byzantine chant that you hear. Well, I found the Greek in the chant. Oh, fuck off, lady. Take your umbrella and shove it up your ass. Dutch is such a disgusting sounding language. Afrikaans is its inbred cousin. Stopwaffle. Yeah. You can pay me for diamonds. At least you're not coming to steal them like you did in real life.
By the stars.
Such a ridiculous, guttural fucking language. No wonder they all speak English, which is really not all that better. It's a Germanic language as well. This is technically BRG ASMR?
Signet
Sure.
is a tool.
It can be whatever you want it to be, bud. Africans sound so disgusting. Yes, it's Dutch's bastard cousin. They used to call it kitchen Dutch, because that was what the Dutch colonists at the Cape spoke to their slaves. What the hell is happening in Johannesburg? Sure, I'll take your city. One of the Sumerian cities has decided to join Ethiopia. You know what they say, once you go black. The Africans are colonizing the Middle East. And thus begins the genesis of the Ethio-Sumerian ethnic group.
Ta là Triệu Trinh Nương, nữ tướng quân mặc chiếc áo hoàng bào.
How the fuck did I meet Vietnam in 200 BC? You guys developed caravels already? Why does everybody want the fucking horses? What if I want to develop a huge fucking cavalry? Ever thought about that, you selfish motherfuckers? We have to buy all the blacks' horses so that they don't develop a cavalry ready and able to crush us. Don't allow the Ethiopians to keep their horses.
When I saw the house of Artemis, that
Ethiopia has
normal
developed
people
feudalism.
believe with the
Yay!
advance of feudalism.
Let's see if we can advance beyond it so that we don't have fucking feudal lords and dukes and marquises and shit into the 20th century like it happened in real life. Vietnam's delegation approaches bearing bird's nest soup, abalone, deer's tendon, and water from the Hum Long well. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with the deer's tendon, but thanks. Hopefully the Arabs want to be good neighbors because they're massing a little bit of an army over here. Well, that or they built some dope-ass boats. Yeah, go back up there. Really hate to fight you, Habibi.
Remember that people break down too.
Crossbow should keep you away. Georgia has just declared war on Arabia. Man, this up here throwing down. She's already destroyed Sumer. She on her Stalin shit. Addis Ababa has a 20% surplus. Your empire is headed towards bankruptcy. How can you survive with debt piling up? What the fuck are you talking about? That's why I hope Tamar pushes your shit in, Habibi.
Betwixt the stirrup and the ground.
How the fuck did you end up all the way over here? Oh, you're my scout, that's why. Let the white folks fight up here all they want, as long as they leave holy Ethiopia the fuck alone. Where's the abstain option?
I conclude then this point.
Funny as fucking Baghdad joins Ethiopia. Like, I don't even have to build settlers. All of them want to just fucking join me because Ethiopia is that dope.
We are all apprentices in a craft.
My goal is to make it so that no Ethiopian tastes the horrors of famine. And considering that in this game, the area that has historically been occupied by Ethiopia is extremely rich, and we also have colonizers to deal with, that I think that is being accomplished. Yeah, I'm definitely going to end up at war with Georgia at some point. She just don't know how much is enough. No, I'm not selling you my iron, Habibi. It's for me. I understand you're at war with Tamar, but I'm probably going to be at war with Tamar soon, and I'm going to need that iron. Should have gotten good when you had the chance.
Let me ask leave then.
The Matterhorn? Why would I play something in Europe? Fuck Europe. I'm not selling you shit. Give you iron so you can get your shit together and whoop my ass. You must think I'm plumb dumb.
Ο σιδήρεος νόος ούκε...
Oh, fuck you. What type of hairstyle is that? Oh, Baghdad is a free city. Leave my people the fuck alone. You can be free all you want. Gonna end up merging with us anyways.
Rocks in my path? Every man should make his...
Everybody wants to join the Lion of Judah. Ethiopia does have a dope symbol. Like, look at the fucking lion with a sphere. Romo cavalry. Yeah, and people in Addis Ababa are fucking like rabbits. There's nothing wrong with Europe. Then why the fuck did they want to go everywhere else? Why didn't they stay in Europe? There's nothing wrong with Europe, then there would be such a rush to leave. Oh no, my library's on fire. Nobody would have a problem with Europeans, like, all bullshit aside. Nobody would have a problem with Europeans if they had just kept to themselves, or, like, there's really nothing inherently wrong with moving to another place, okay? But if you move to another place with the express intent and purpose of conquering and stealing other people's land and subjugating and making slaves of the people that are already there, then that's where most people have a problem with. There's nothing wrong with moving to somewhere else if you respect the people of the land and you integrate with them. Like, if the early Boers had integrated with the Amazulu and Amakosa people,
The taxpayer.
in South Africa, then you basically have Zulu and Xhosa people with blue eyes. Like, nobody would care. And there'd be this cool Afro-Dutch Creole language. But instead, you wanted to make slaves of the people that are already there. Of course people are going to fight you. Of course people are going to hate that. Like, imagine if somebody moved to the Netherlands and it was like, you guys are all my slaves now. You probably wouldn't like that all that much. Do unto others such and such.
Years is the fall of a...
But of course, self-criticism and self-critique and self-introspection are not highlights of the European people. What are you running off to? Epic Samurai 5 says there's a lot wrong with Europe. Speaking of Creoles, there's one of Russian and a Native Alaskan language, but I forgot which one though. Yeah, I've heard of that. Nobody speaks it anymore.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah. Not saying that the Russians are all that good to the indigenous people of the of Alaska, but it's still interesting how people interact with each other. Come join Ja. In 4 more turns, Baghdad will be mine. Taking Baghdad without striking a single blow militarily. Bet America couldn't do that.
A good navy is not a provocation.
464 viewers. That's a lot more than a Bernie Sanders event. Like, it's amazing how much he's fallen off in the past few years. Like, Bernie could get 50,000 people into a stadium or into a park or whatever. Easy. Easy. Even as, like, far along as 2022. Now, nobody gives a shit anymore. Nobody cares. But people really expect this guy, like, oh, form a party, Bernie, form a party. Like, what? This man is going to die in a few years. Why would you want to stake all of your hopes on an old, done man? Like, there are so many other younger progressives. There's so many other younger progressives that are actually far to the left of Bernie. But the rightists will be like, oh, just being far left doesn't make you. Yes, people are, like, people want somebody who's able to tell it like it is. That's why Bernie became somewhat popular in the first place. That's why Bernie became somewhat popular in the first place, because they thought that he told it as it is. That's why all these young white people followed him. But now, it's like he's betrayed his own base. Now nobody fucks with him anymore, nor should they. But now you have all these fucking people who are lost and don't have any leadership, because Americans, for whatever reason, like being told what to do, because we are absolutely incapable of thinking for ourselves. We always need some figure, some celebrity of something to tell us how to think, and now that vacuum is there and people don't know what the fuck to do. But my less intelligent comrades at DSA, some of them want Bernie to fall. It wouldn't even be a real, like, left party. Like, the guy's a fucking Zionist, for fuck's sake. No, Baghdad is mine. I will keep Baghdad. Keep Baghdad, and I will send troops to keep you safe. Ethiopian imperialism is unstoppable. Yeah, Bernie is old as fuck. He's older than both Trump and Biden.
Being a mercenary, though, hey.
No, I am not selling gunpowder to the Europeans. I've studied
Wie
history.
handel weigert, denkt
Oh, fuck off, old lady. That's why you were driven into exile.
An architect should live as...
Now Cairo is going to end up joining us. I'm just going to peacefully take over all of northern and central and eastern Africa. Like I said, Ethiopian imperialism is undefeated. And that's your fucking capital, bro. Jesus.
All that glisters is not gold. At the southwest corner, a large...
Good, I've got a stable source of iron. Keep the colonizers off, you gotta keep your technology up to date, and you gotta keep your resources flowing. That's the secret. Also got this nice little toehold on the Nile. Stave off that famine. The Nile, Africa's breadbasket. Actually, Africa should, by rights, have several bread baskets, like the fucking Congo, one of the largest rivers in the world. Like, that could feed the whole fucking continent. Easy. But imperialists don't want a happy, thriving Africa. They want a sad, fractured, perpetually warring Africa. That's why we have to end imperialism. My empire may be headed towards bankruptcy, but yours is headed towards conquest. You just lost your fucking capital, bro. You only have one city left. You only have one city left, and you try to talk shit,
Astronomy
Saladin.
compels the soul.
Really? All I gotta do is sit back and wait for your cities to fall into my lap, and you're really trying to talk shit, bro. Dumb. Tend to your own affairs. Isn't that in the Quran?
Plant like brave men. Thy
Do you have any idea how easy it would be for you to just steamroll over the fucking remnants of the Arabian Empire right now?
till bread is broken.
Like, dude's capitals get ready to literally just fall into my fucking lap. Well, no, it's about to fall into Theodora's lap. But regardless, like, you have nothing. Maybe the Portuguese will come swallow up your last city, but either way, you're through. Dumbass. Renaissance in 900 AD.
Having seen a non-market,
Just over 500 viewers. What I really love is watching me muddle through Civ, huh? Like somebody's giving a Russian history lesson in the chat.
what gunpowder did for war?
Kind of reminds me of when Tucker Carlson sat down with Putin and he spent like an hour explaining the history of Russia and Ukraine from the Rus all the way up. Trade routes.
We shall not cease from exploration.
fucking money problem. There we go. No more deficit. Make me fucking president of the United States.
Not all who wander are lost.
Kievan Rus, yes. Vikings.
New opinions are always...
Copying and paste. This is why I ignore chat. Motherfuckers are just copying and pasting from Wikipedia.
If you're the bank $100...
What is this, fucking Destiny chat? Go deal with that fucking Gusano weirdo if you want to do that. I'm a man of standards. Really, girl? If you insist. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. She's too greedy. She wants to eat up everybody's land. She's never satisfied. Typical fucking Stalinist. I'm actually a cyborg. Yeah, I'm a robot, so I don't have to drink. No, I've not had anything to drink. After I log off, I'm going to go drink some motor oil, but you know, I don't need water like you fucking meat shields do. Sometimes I will drink just to give the impression that I'm a normal person, but no. In reality, BRG is a fucking robot. I need to drink. Thank you for the subscription, Giannis. And Mount Kilimanjaro blows up.
Wie handel weigert,
What are you talking about, lady? You're all the way across the fucking world from me. The humble Leicott. Oof. Son of a bitch. They destroyed the fucking city. Bastards. Leave it to a Georgia to destroy. These are the people of Stalin, after all. I'm a trot now. Because I lost the city to Georgia in a game of Civ, I am now a Trotskyite.
I don't like to commit myself about heaven.
This is not Victorian, this is Sim 6. I might play Victorian tomorrow. You know what, fuck it. You want the Arabian Peninsula, you can have the fucking Arabian Peninsula.
No one starts a war.
As long as you don't touch Africa, you're good. If I recall correctly, the Arabian... No, Palestine is on the same fault. Well, no, plate. Whatever the geologists call it. As Northern and East Africa. So I guess if we take that to its logical conclusion, we can conclude that Palestine is part of Africa, which is pretty neat. I, for one, claim them. Jesus, you people are fucking old. Good, I can make line infantry now. My people will not be stuck in the spear age. Yeah, I hate fucking wars. They fuck up your economy and your country.
Tactics mean doing what you...
Oh, come on. What did the scout ever do to you?
The four characteristics of human...
Warmongering. Shitheads. You even killed the little dog.
Doubt if you will. Man is a military animal.
Of course I will give gunpowder to the brave and heroic people of Vietnam.
Don't judge someone.
Oh, the Byzantines are converting my people to Eastern Orthodoxy. Yeah, fuck off.
What can be labeled package?
So it's the year 1430 AD, or BCE if you will. Ethiopia is a bastion of rare culture and art. It did lose a war to Georgia, of all places, but I think its prospects are pretty cool. Will it be able